Ever feel like you're giving everything, yet still falling behind? What if the real enemy isn't the world outside, but the war within? And what if ancient wisdom held the key to finally turning it all around? You see, the idea of showing up every single day with full intensity sounds great in theory. It's the kind of advice we hear all the time. Just give it your all. But let's be honest, living that way, it feels like you're sprinting on a treadmill while the world keeps spinning faster than you can catch your breath. No matter how hard you push, it often feels like you're stuck, like you're only scratching the surface of your true potential, while the rest lies dormant, locked away by pressure, doubt, and overwhelm. And slowly, a dangerous question starts to whisper in your mind. What if I'm not even capable of more? What if this is it? But pause for a second. What if that feeling of being trapped wasn't the end of the story, but the beginning of something powerful? What if there was a way, not just a motivational trick, but a framework that could pull you out of this fog and bring out the version of you that's been waiting all along? There is. It's not modern. It's not trending. In fact, it's ancient, unforgiving, but brutally effective. Stoicism isn't about momentary motivation. It's about building an inner engine that never turns off. It's about activating your potential, not just when life is smooth, but especially when it's not. Now imagine this. Tomorrow morning, you open your eyes, not to panic, not to pressure, but with fire in your chest. You're not overwhelmed by an endless to-do list. You're grounded, laser-focused. A quiet storm of purpose moves through you. That's not hype. That's the power of daily discipline, born not from emotion, but from clarity. With it, you begin to move with intent. No more distractions pulling you off course. No more second-guessing your worth. Just steady, disciplined progress. And that's what Stoicism offers. Not perfection, not constant victory, but relentless consistency, especially when it's hard. Seneca, one of Stoicism's most profound voices, knew struggle firsthand. And he once wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Think about that. The fear you feel, the doubts, the chaos inside your head, they're not real. They're smoke, a mental mirage. The true war isn't out there, it's in here. You're not being defeated by the world, you're being held back by your thoughts, by the pain you think is coming, by the failure you expect to face. But here's the truth. You have the power to rewrite that narrative. You can change the way you see hardship. You can shift how you respond to discomfort. You can train yourself to rise every single day, no matter the storm, and win. So, now I ask you, are you ready to step out of the fog? Are you ready to stop being the reason you're stuck and start becoming the reason you rise? Because in this video, I'm going to reveal 9 powerful Stoic secrets, strategies that will forever change how you approach each day, each obstacle, and each moment of your life. Let's begin. You're ready for more. That mental fog, we're cutting through it. Now, it's time to dive into the first Stoic principle that will transform how you face every day from this moment on. These principles aren't soft suggestions. They're brutal in their honesty, demanding, unforgiving. But if you embrace them, if you live them, they'll reshape you into someone untouchable, someone who doesn't just survive the storm, but walks through it unfazed. You want change? This is your chance. Don't blink, don't scroll, don't skip. What we're about to uncover might just burn away every excuse you've ever held on to and ignite a version of you you've barely begun to know. 1. Focus on what you can control. Every morning you wake up to chaos. Before you've even had your first breath of clarity, the world doesn't wait. It strikes. Alarms blare. Notifications pile up. Traffic chokes your routine. The weather tramples over your plans like it doesn't care. And let's face it, it doesn't. People come at you with opinions, demands, unsolicited advice. They want to tell you how to live, how to think, who you should be. And life? Life itself is wild. It shifts like a tide with no pattern. One moment calm, the next a hurricane. Here's the raw truth most people refuse to accept. You can't control the storm. You never could. And every second you waste trying to bend the world to your will is a second you're losing to frustration, anxiety, and pain. So stop. Stop trying to control what's never been yours. Instead, master something far more powerful: how you stand. In the middle of that storm, Marcus Aurelius, one of the fiercest minds in Stoic philosophy, left us more than ancient quotes. He left us clarity. He said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Read that again. Let it sink in. This isn't just wisdom, it's armor. The mind is the only battlefield that counts. It's where the war is won or lost. You can't change traffic. You can't rewrite the weather. You can't control what people say behind your back. But you can control your response, how you react, how you carry yourself, how you choose your next step. So imagine the strength in that. Every emotion, every decision, every word you speak, it's in your hands. You're not a leaf blown by the wind. You're the one steering the ship. That's real power. The key is to shift your focus inward, away from the noise, away from the madness, and back onto your inner world. Your thoughts, your actions, your discipline, the smallest wins of the day, those belong to you. And that's where the Stoic game is played. Let others get swept away by chaos. That's not your path. The second you stop trying to wrestle the uncontrollable into submission, you begin to command something far more valuable: yourself. Focus on the small levers you can move: your next breath, your next choice, the way you respond when things don't go your way. That's where clarity is born. That's when the fire starts to burn clean and sharp. And suddenly, the chaos no longer controls you. You cut through it with purpose. Now that your foundation is set, it's time to take it deeper. Let's move to the second Stoic secret. And this one might just change the way you measure success entirely. You've taken the first step, focusing only on what you can control. Now comes the second, harder, sharper, but far more transformative. This is where the real shift begins. So, what's next? Start right now. Stop waiting for the chaos to calm down. Stop telling yourself you'll begin once the storm clears. Because here's the truth: it won't. Life doesn't slow down for anyone. It won't wait for the perfect moment. And neither should you. Grab hold of what's already within your grasp. Own every action. Own every thought. Own every response. This isn't motivational fluff. It's your foundation. It's the first true step to unlocking the power that's been buried inside you all along. Now let's talk about something no one wants to face: discomfort. 2. Embrace discomfort. Comfort is the quiet lie that wraps around you like a warm blanket. It whispers sweet nothings in your ear. You've earned this rest. Take it easy. Why push so hard? For a moment it feels like peace. It feels safe. But don't be fooled. Comfort is not your friend. It's a slow, creeping poison. The kind that doesn't scream. It seduces. It lulls you into stillness, into softness, into average. And every second you stay wrapped in that illusion, it drains you of your drive, your potential, your edge. Comfort doesn't make you strong. It makes you fragile. It breeds complacency. And complacency, that's the beginning of decline. Every time you lean deeper into ease, you're quietly digging your own grave. Greatness doesn't grow in cozy environments. It's not found where it's safe or warm or comfortable. It rises in the heat of pressure, in the tension of challenge. It's born when you stare discomfort in the face and move forward. Anyway, Epictetus understood this better than most. He didn't sugarcoat reality. He knew that pain and struggle aren't just part of life. They are the forges of life. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Discomfort isn't the enemy. It's the fire that shapes you you've been dodging. It, haven't you? You hide behind distractions, behind "I'll do it later," behind polished excuses and empty comforts. But every time you avoid discomfort, you walk away from your future self. The strongest, boldest, most unshakable version of you, that person only lives on the other side of pain. So, stop running. Run toward it. Run toward what terrifies you. Toward the thing that makes your stomach churn, your pulse quicken, your mind beg you to turn back. Step into it. Stand inside it. Own it, because that's where your inner steel is formed. That's where the strength that lasts is created. Not the kind that flexes for a moment, but the kind that grounds you for life. You want an easy path? There isn't one. And if you keep chasing shortcuts, you'll keep missing the only thing that ever truly mattered: growth. Avoiding discomfort is a silent statement. I don't deserve greatness. I'm not ready. I'll stay small. But here's the truth. Greatness is forged in suffering, not overnight, not in one bold act, but moment by moment, decision by decision, in the very fire you've been running from. So today, wake up before the alarm. Take that cold shower. Speak your truth, even when your voice shakes. Do the thing that scares you. And then do it again tomorrow and again the next day. Because discomfort, the thing you've been avoiding your entire life, it's not your enemy, it's your transformation. And once you stop running from it and start leaning into it, you'll realize this was never punishment. It was preparation. Now get ready, because in the next lesson, we'll uncover the power of presence. And it's not what you think. You've faced discomfort and stopped running from it. You've stepped into the fire and understood. It's not there to destroy you, but to refine you. And now, to truly harness that fire, you need one thing above all else: discipline. 3. Practice self-discipline every single day. Self-discipline is not a suggestion. It's not a motivational poster or some inspirational quote to make you feel good for a moment. It's the engine behind everything powerful, everything legendary. It's the beating heart of greatness. Without it, all ambition is just noise. Discipline is what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's the internal force that wakes you up when the world is still sleeping. It's the steel backbone that says no when comfort whispers, "Just this once." When your body aches, your mind pleads for rest, and every excuse feels justified. Discipline is what keeps you moving. It's not glamorous. It's not easy. But it's everything. This isn't just about sticking to a morning routine or checking boxes off a to-do list. This is war. It's choosing hard over easy every single time. It's staring down that seductive voice that begs you to hit snooze and answering back with a fierce, unwavering no. It's the choice to show up, even when your motivation has disappeared into the fog. Self-discipline is not a habit. It's a declaration. It tells the world, and more importantly yourself, I'm in control. I don't just move through life aimlessly. I command it. Seneca didn't write for comfort. He wrote for clarity. And he once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Let that settle in. Truly feel the weight of that. You are either the master of your mind, your body, your emotions, or you are a puppet being pulled by every passing urge. There's no middle ground. There's no neutral. The moment you open your eyes and say, "Today, I dominate. Today, I act with purpose no matter what," that's when the game truly begins. Not when you feel like it, not when things align, but when you choose to let discipline drive the outcome. That's what success is made of. Not sparks of motivation, but cold, deliberate, consistent action. Let's be honest, the days that count, the ones that build your future, are rarely the days you feel inspired. They're the days you feel empty, stretched thin, overwhelmed, and still choose to show up anyway. You don't wait for greatness. You pull it out of the dark, kicking and screaming, and force it to serve your will. Every disciplined action, no matter how small, is a brick in the wall that separates you from everyone who gave up, a brick in the fortress of your future. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't flinch when things get messy. It keeps moving. One more step, one more decision, one more act of defiance against weakness. That's how you build something unshakable. That's how you become someone who can't be broken. Because discipline is war. Every day is a new battle, and every moment it's a choice. Will you surrender to ease, or will you fight for your future? Because in the end, the price of greatness isn't talent. It's not luck. It's discipline, paid in full day after day, in the silence when no one is watching. Now that you've seen the power of self-mastery, let's move to the next Stoic secret, and this one will change how you perceive success forever. You've begun to realize discipline isn't just about control. It's about authorship. With every action, every moment of resistance against weakness, you're not just surviving, you're writing your own legacy. But here's the next hard truth. 4. Accept what you can't change. This one hits deep. You see, no matter how disciplined, how focused, how relentless you become, there's a brutal truth you must learn to live with. You will never control everything. Life isn't a game where you hold all the pieces. It's not a stage play where the script bends to your will. The world doesn't ask for your permission before it throws chaos your way. People will disappoint you. Plans will shatter. Just when you think you have it figured out, life will punch you in the mouth. And you know what? That's okay, because here's the paradox. Freedom begins when you stop trying to control what you can't. Let that sink in. What's truly stopping you from finding peace? It's not the storm. It's not the setbacks. It's your refusal to accept that some things are simply beyond your reach. Every time you resist what is, you're not battling reality. You're battling yourself. And that's the most exhausting war of all. Resistance drains your strength. It keeps you locked in a prison made of your own expectations. But the moment you let go of that fight, something incredible happens. You get your power back. Marcus Aurelius didn't offer comforting thoughts. He offered commands for the soul. And one of his greatest insights, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This isn't some abstract quote. This is a battle cry. The obstacle is not your enemy. It's the very thing that's going to move you forward. If you let it, every setback, every delay, every unexpected twist isn't there to block your path. It is your path. It's the raw material for your next level. When the world hits you hard, you don't crumble. You pivot. You use the hit. You've felt that before, haven't you? That moment when everything collapses and you feel like screaming at the sky? In that moment, don't fight back in frustration. Stand tall. Accept it, not as defeat, but as redirection, as fuel. Because when you stop resisting, you stop suffering. You step into power, not the power to bend the world, but to bend yourself into something stronger. True power doesn't come from trying to control the uncontrollable. It comes from transforming what's already in front of you, from accepting the chaos and using it like a sculptor uses stone, chiseling something extraordinary out of something rough and unshaped. The potholes, the detours, the dead ends, they're not mistakes. They're tests. They're asking you, will you rise anyway? When you finally stop wasting your energy trying to swim against the tide and instead plant your feet and grow stronger where you stand, you become unstoppable. So here's your challenge. Let go of the illusion that you need perfect conditions. Accept the mess, and from that acceptance, build momentum. Now let's move forward, because the next Stoic lesson will redefine how you view control and clarity in every decision you make. You've accepted that not everything can be controlled, and in doing so, you've taken your first step toward real strength. But now it's time to conquer the last battlefield, your own mind. 5. Develop inner peace through meditation, but don't get it twisted. This isn't about sitting cross-legged in a quiet room, humming your way into serenity. No, this is war. This is the battleground where you face the loudest, most chaotic enemy of all, your thoughts. You've got one life, one shot, and you make it count by aligning with reality, not fighting it, and that begins within. Inner peace isn't something that just floats down from the sky when the timing is right. It doesn't arrive wrapped in softness, waiting to comfort you. It's earned, it's fought for. You want inner peace? You take it, not gently, not passively. You wrestle it out of the madness in your mind, like a warrior dragging clarity from the fog. Every time you sit down to meditate, you're not escaping reality. You're charging straight into it. You're smashing distractions. You're seizing control. You're not sitting still. You're standing tall inside yourself. People think peace is some soft, drifting state, a gentle breeze carrying you into calm. But peace, real peace, is built by force. You win it by silencing the noise within, not running from it. It's a war of stillness, a rebellion against the storm. And meditation, it's your weapon. This isn't about letting go in some floaty spiritual sense. This is about conquering. This is you, fists clenched, eyes closed, breath steady, staring your thoughts down and saying, "You don't control me. I control." You, Epictetus, wasn't here to play nice. He didn't promise peace through possessions or comfort. He declared, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." That's not a lifestyle, that's a mindset. It's freedom through mental clarity, and that's what you're training for. When you meditate, you're not just breathing, you're battling. Every breath is a hammer blow to distraction. Every exhale is a rejection of fear, of chaos, of weakness. Your thoughts will rise, but you decide when they fall. You will not run from discomfort. You will sit inside it, watch it, own it. You rise above the chaos, not by escaping it, but by mastering it. You carve out clarity like a sculptor chiseling through stone, not because it's easy, but because you're strong enough to make silence in a storm. Picture this. Each session you sit, focused, present, your mind becomes sharper. Each inhale, a command. Each exhale, a release. You're not calming down, you're taking over. And when that happens, when you've trained your mind to obey instead of wander, you don't just find peace, you become it. Not soft, not passive, but focused, unshaken, unstoppable. This is mental domination. This is the battlefield where clarity is claimed, not gifted. And when you master this, you'll be ready for the next Stoic principle, the power of purpose-driven action. Because stillness alone is not enough. You must now move forward with fire. You've faced your inner chaos, dominated your mind, and walked away sharper, stronger, transformed. When you rise from that seat of meditation, you don't return to life the same. You return in command. You're no longer just drifting through life. You are the storm. You've forged mental clarity in the furnace of stillness. Now, it's time to let that inner fire guide every step forward, not aimlessly, but with absolute purpose. 6. Live in alignment with your values. Here's the truth. Most people aren't really living. They're reacting, existing, letting the world push and pull them like leaves in the wind. Told how to think, told how to feel, told who to be, and for what. To fit into a box that was never made for them, that's not life. That's submission. But you weren't built for that. You were made to stand tall, to burn brighter, to be fierce in your truth. You were born with a fire the world keeps, trying to extinguish, and now you must protect it. Right here, right now, you're standing at a crossroads. You can either continue being molded by the world's noise, or you can reclaim your direction. You can draw the line and say, no more. Marcus Aurelius, surrounded by the pressure of empire and chaos, never lost sight of this. He saw through the illusion and reminded us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, not on circumstances, not on approval, not on control, but on the inner standard you choose to live by. If your thoughts are cloudy, borrowed, or shaped by others, then you're not leading, you're following. And you weren't born to follow. You were born to lead yourself. When you live in alignment with your values, the world can't move you. The pressure to conform becomes powerless. You become immovable, a force, a living embodiment of truth and integrity. So ask yourself, what do you stand for? What deep, unwavering fire exists within? You untouched by trends, expectations, or fear? Because when your actions reflect your values, every decision becomes an act of power. Every step, a declaration of self-respect. No more doubting, no more pretending, no more bending just to please. Think of all the times you compromised who you are, said yes when you meant no, bit your tongue when your truth burned inside. Why? To fit in? To be accepted, how did that feel? Like a chain tightening around your spirit. One silent link at a time. Enough of that. This is your revolt. Live for your values, not their opinions. Live with clarity. Live with backbone, because the moment you do, something incredible happens. The noise disappears. The self-doubt fades. What remains is you, pure, powerful, unapologetic. You'll walk into every room with presence, with conviction, with peace. Because nothing can rattle someone who's grounded in truth. Here's the unfiltered truth. The universe owes you nothing. But when you live in full alignment, when your values are your compass, the world starts to move around you. You stop chasing validation. You stop begging for permission. You stop needing anything at all, because you're everything you need. And when you live like that, you unlock the next Stoic lesson: how to lead with purpose over popularity, and why seeking approval will always keep you small. When you live in alignment with your values, something powerful happens. You stop seeking approval and start standing in your truth. And from that place of inner strength, there's only one time that truly matters. Right now. 7. Focus on the present moment. Enough with the illusions, enough with the mind games that have you obsessing over what was or what could be. Take a breath. Right now, feel it. That is the only thing that's real. Everything else, the regrets of the past, the anxieties of the future, they're shadows, ghosts, designed to distract you from the only place where life actually happens, here. The past, it's gone. It can't be touched. It lives only in memory, whispering could-haves and should-haves that drain your energy. The future, it doesn't exist yet. It's a story your mind tells to avoid taking action in the now. It's a comforting lie, a hiding place, but this moment, this one right here, this is the battlefield. This is the only place where real change can be made. You've been holding back, making excuses, telling yourself, I'll do it when I'm ready. But that readiness, it never comes. Because it's not something you wait for. It's something you decide. Today is the day. Right now is the only moment that has ever truly mattered. Think about it. Every second that ticks by is slipping through your fingers. And every time you drift into the past or the future, you let that second vanish, wasted. That's time you'll never get back. Epictetus didn't waste words when he said, don't explain your philosophy, embody it, live it, right now, not tomorrow, not when things calm down, now. You can talk all day about who you want to be. You can write goals, journal dreams, and make promises. But if you're not acting now, then you're lying to yourself. You're not guaranteed tomorrow. You don't get a second shot at this exact second. The life you want to build, the bold, meaningful, fulfilled life, isn't waiting for you in the distance. It's here. It's inside the decisions you make in this very breath. Don't fall into the easy trap of, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow is a myth. It doesn't exist. There is only now, and what you choose to do with it. You're either alive in this moment, or you're lost in the haze of distraction. Every time you delay, you hand your power over to a future that may never come. Right now, this very moment, is all you ever truly own, and everything you desire, everything you fear losing, it all hinges on what you choose to do now. So ask yourself seriously, are you just going to sit there numbed by hesitation, letting life pass by one breath at a time? Or are you going to stand up and claim this moment for what it really is, your turning point? Because once you've mastered the present, The next Stoic lesson will show you how to control your emotional reactions and unlock a new level of power no one can take from you. You've just been reminded that the present moment is your only reality, the only battlefield that ever mattered. And when you master now, you unlock the power to face anything life throws at you. 8. Build resilience through adversity. Let's get something straight. Resilience isn't some motivational phrase. It's not a soft idea you repeat in tough times. It's a warrior soul, carved in chaos and sharpened in pain. Life doesn't ask for your permission to strike. It won't wait until you're rested or ready or in a good place. It comes for you, full force, unexpected, unfair, unforgiving. You will be hit hard, repeatedly. But here's the truth that separates the weak from the powerful. You get to decide. Will you break beneath the weight, or will you rise taller, tougher, every single time? This is the defining moment, not just another challenge. It's the mirror that shows you exactly what you're made of. You can let the storm swallow you whole, or you can become the storm. Seneca didn't offer comfort. He offered reality. He declared, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." Read that again. Let it hit deep. Pain isn't the end. It's the beginning of strength, clarity, and transformation. Every gut punch from life, it's not a wall. It's a weight you're meant to lift. Each obstacle isn't a dead end. It's a brick. And with every brick, you're building something, a fortress, a foundation, an unbreakable version of yourself. So don't you dare flinch when life gets hard. Don't wish for ease. Wish for endurance. The easy path? That's for people who will be forgotten. But you're not here to be forgotten. You're here to become undeniable. Think back to your darkest chapter, that moment when everything shattered, when you thought it was over, when the pain was so heavy it felt like breathing was a battle. But you're still here, aren't you? You didn't crumble, you endured, and that matters. Every scar, every tear, every sleepless night, they're not weaknesses, they're medals, proof that you made it through what others would have bowed to. So let's be clear, you don't just recover, you rebuild, stronger, smarter, fiercer. Adversity isn't some punishment from the universe, it's the forge, and you are the weapon, being shaped. You don't just rise from the ground, you rise with flames in your eyes, purpose in your bones, and the memory of pain as your fuel. You're not broken, you're being remade. Each failure, every collapse, every brutal hit, that's life sharpening you, testing you, preparing you to become the version of yourself that fear can't touch. Because you're not just surviving the chaos, you're becoming it. Those hard times, they're not setbacks, they're blueprints of a force the world won't see coming. So don't run from the pain, run into it. Let it tear you down so it can build you back into something unrecognizable, stronger, colder, sharper. Every blow you take adds to your armor. Every loss makes you more lethal. And soon the world won't just see you, it'll feel you. A storm, in human form, untamable, unbreakable, relentless. Now, prepare yourself, because the final Stoic lesson will reveal how to lead with silent strength and master the art of power without saying a word. You've walked through the fire. You've turned adversity into armor. You've become the storm. And now, there's only one thing left to do. Own it all. 9. Take responsibility for your life. These Stoic principles you've been learning, they're not just ideas. They're not motivational quotes to nod at and scroll past. They're weapons. They're tools of war. And they were never meant to stay trapped on a page. They're meant to be wielded by you. Each of these lessons is more than a thought. It's a call to arms, a battle cry, a command to take control of your life with both hands and never let go. You want greatness? Then stop waiting. Stop looking for permission, because no one is coming to save you. No one is handing you the life you dream about. That's your job. Start where all change begins, with what you can control. Your mind, your actions, your choices. When life pushes you down, you don't fold. You dig deeper. When fear whispers, back off, you lean in. When discomfort shows up, you don't flinch, you welcome it. Because you understand now, discomfort is the forge, and you are the blade being sharpened. Self-discipline? That's your weapon. You polish it every time you do what's hard. Every time you choose action over excuses. The sharper it gets, the more unstoppable you become. And acceptance? That's not weakness. It's the key to real freedom. Accept what you can't change, and you strip the world of its power over you. But this journey isn't about knowing. It's about living. It's not enough to understand your values. You must embody them, walk them, speak them, let them guide. Every decision, purpose, fire, passion, that's how you live when you're aligned with your truth. And the present moment, it's not just where you begin. It's the battlefield where everything happens. You show up, you focus, you act, you conquer. And when adversity hits, and it will, you don't shrink. You stand, you absorb every blow. Every scar becomes proof, not of your pain, but of your power. This is your legacy in the making. You own every breath, every thought, every step. This isn't someone else's story. It's yours, and no one else can write it but you. So now the question becomes, are you going to watch from the sidelines? Or are you going to rise, step into the arena, and fight for the life that's waiting on the other side of action? Because the time isn't tomorrow. It's not someday, it's now. And in just a moment, we'll close this journey with one final reminder, a Stoic truth that ties everything together and dares you to never turn back. You've made it this far because you've stopped waiting for the world to give you permission. You've realized that every breath, every action, every scar has led you here to this moment. And now comes the truth you've been building toward from the very beginning. This isn't just motivation. This is your calling. The world isn't going to pause for you to feel ready. It won't wait until you feel brave. It's already moving, and it's waiting for you to rise. No more hesitation, no more delay. You already hold everything you need, the strength, the discipline, the clarity, and the fire. Now it's time to act. Not tomorrow, not later. Now. If you're ready to demolish the lies you've believed about your limits, if you're ready to stop existing and start living on your own terms, then don't just sit there watching. Do something. These Stoic principles aren't just concepts in a book or some lines in a video. They are your battle tools. They are the weapons of transformation that you now carry within you. Every single lesson in this journey is a command to rise, to reshape your story, to crush the false walls you've built, to take back your life from fear, comfort, and passivity. You want to live with purpose? Then take control. Start with your mindset. Strengthen your actions. Own your choices. When life tries to break you, go deeper. When pain comes knocking, let it in and let it forge you, because you know now, discomfort is your training ground. Self-discipline, that's not just a habit, that's your sword. Sharpen it daily, wield it fiercely. Acceptance, that's not weakness, that's liberation. Free yourself by surrendering to what you can't control and pouring your soul into what you can. Living by your values is not a suggestion. It's a declaration, a way of life, purpose, fire, passion. That's the energy you walk with now, the present moment. That's your battlefield, right here, right now. Focus, act, conquer. Resilience through adversity, that's no longer a hope. It's your identity. Every scar is not damage. It's evidence of strength, of responsibility, of power. So own your story, write it in bold, and when people ask, what changed? Let your life be the answer. This is your moment. No sidelines, no safe zones, only the arena, only the fire, only forward. So what will you do? Because this is not a